Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 129 of Ask Vidas and Osha podcast. This question was sent by Helene, and she writes that her challenge is not keeping up with her daily practicing. She writes, I have talents in other ways, in that I write fiction and non-fiction. I play other instruments too. However, there is a great and profound joy in practicing and performing on the organ, which is unparalleled. Osha, do you have other hobbies, interests, talents besides organ?
Yes, I do have.
So it's perfectly normal
Of course,
thing
it's normal,
to
yes.
have many interests instead of just one.
That's right.
What would happen if a person would have just one passion, one single focus?
I think he would become very good in that area in which he concentrates. That's my opinion.
Wouldn't that be like a limit for that person's uh, personality growth? You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean, but people are different, so you cannot judge for everybody. And you cannot measure everybody by the same, scale.
For example, I also have some hobbies besides playing the organ. Playing the organ is not my hobby anymore, of course, uh, but there is a downside to it, of course. It all takes up energy and time.
Yes. And actually I see a conflict in this question itself. Because she writes that she is not practicing daily, and then at the end she's telling that it gives her profound joy of practicing and performing the organ. So this sort of I see the conflict in this, and she plays several instruments as well.
Maybe she should choose what is more important to her.
Yes, because I mean, if she really finds joy and happiness in practicing and performing organs, that's what she should do. And you will not be virtuoso in any instrument that you play. I think it's impossible
You mean in every
in
instrument?
every instrument, yes. Especially if it's not all the like keyboard instruments. I would say you could play excellent on harpsichord and organ, or organ and piano. Harder, but still possible. But not like probably violin and organ or flute and organ.
Or flute, violin, and organ.
I know, still one of the instruments will be the leading instrument for you.
It seems to me that her enjoys writing very much, right?
Yes.
She's writing stories, made up stories, and non-fiction. So that might be another way to express her creativity. Music and writing is not in conflict, I think. It supplements. Right? Like other instruments and organ maybe are in conflict, but writing and organ is not necessarily in conflict.
Yes, that's
So,
true.
how many hobbies can a person have and still can manage them successfully? Do you think?
I don't know, 2, 3 maybe.
Two, three? Let's say not hobbies, but activities. It might be other
Well,
things.
it's like talking about nothing. It depends on how much time do you spend at work every day. How big your family is, how many responsibilities, domestic responsibilities you have. All these things, some people are so busy that we cannot have even one single hobby. For example, like I'm working like crazy at school every day. So it's a different story about you. Maybe you should tell more about hobbies.
I've heard, I've read actually a story by Warren Buffett, I think. Yeah, with a famous investor. And he says that you should write down the list of 25 things you want to do in life in order from the most important one to the least important one. But all these things are important to you, like playing, like writing, like maybe drawing for some people, like other things. And some people really have like 25 things on their plate. And then he says, circle the top 5 and cross out the rest of them, like 20 things, and never look at them again. These are still important things for you, but life is too short. I myself I have too many interests too, and I have to limit myself too. And I find that 5 things in my day I still can fit in and practice every day. 5 different things, perhaps, like let's say, of course, playing the organ, repertoire, right? Maybe of course, improvising, like composing, number 3. Then would be writing, of course, and I like drawing too. So those things, 5 things, are still manageable, but other things I have to forget about, I think. What about you, Osha? Do you agree with this?
Well, yes, I would be very happy if I could do 5 things a day. My teaching schedule is so busy that it gives me no time, to anything else, whereas days when I can hardly practice, and I'm very happy if I can read for like 15 minutes before bedtime. When
And
you teach like 7, 8, 9 hours a day, what else can you do? It's exhausting.
yeah, of course, I didn't mean reading. Reading, of course, is important. I didn't count that. So yes, Helen and others who have many interests and hobbies and love to play the organ besides that sometimes need to figure out the way of um, letting things um, rest a while and see if they're still important, right? Maybe take a break of 5 weeks or a month without doing that activity and see if you miss it, right? And if you do, then maybe you see it's important and maybe it has to go up in your priorities list. What do you think about that, Osha?
Well, definitely, yes.
Okay, guys, please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.